Welcome to LASHY Hour. I'm Lizzie, your host, a retired cocktail waitress now running multiple businesses. My mission is to stop you from playing small and help you build the life that you've been dreaming of by teaching you everything that I've learned. Consider me the Lash sister you never knew you needed. Expect lots of tea spilling and martini shaking on all of the juiciest tips, tricks, and industry secrets.
Hello, hello. Hi, Lauren. I was just saying I have my phone set up for my camera, but I have my laptop right here because my webcam on my laptop looks like it's from like 1990. So I was like, I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to give everyone a few minutes to join. You guys are so punctual. I love it. I'm usually late for everything. So I'm like, I need to give everyone a minute to join. And then we'll start after. I'm so excited. I also, so funny, I'm literally in my PJs. I just thought like how fitting, it's girls' night. I can't not. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I have my iPad because I have notes that I want to share. I want to make sure you guys know, like, I always have so much to bring to you guys, and I do not like, hi, beautiful, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. How's your drive?
We're in Pennsylvania. We're going through the mountains, so if my signal goes in and out, sorry.
Might be a little spotty. That's totally okay. How long do you have left of your drive?
GPS is saying about 6 hours.
Oh my God, 6 hour drive. Oh, everyone looks so good. Hi, Lauren. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm gonna give a couple more minutes just to let people come in. Grab a drink, grab whatever you need, a tea, a wine, whatever it may be. We may be here for the full hour, maybe here for 45 minutes. I have planned to do a couple social media audits at the end. If I don't have time, because you guys know, if you listen to the podcast, I ramble so much. So if I don't have enough time to do the audits today, I will make sure that we do like a call next week and it can just be social media audits. Like it doesn't have to be both. Oh my God, there's so many of you guys. Oh, the sweetest. Okay, I need to move this so that I'm not always looking into the far distance. Okay, perfect. I also have no idea. Like, I feel sometimes so old that I don't know how to work technology. Hello. Okay,
So sorry, guys.
I
So
want
sorry. Let me mute it. Let me just mute it really quick. I'm so sorry. I know it's very loud right now.
Nope, don't apologize. You're good. I was thinking as well, because this is like sisterhood and I want everyone to connect in some way. Share in the chat like where you're from, because I know I have a lot of local girls to me in London, but I also have girls from like the States, other places in Ontario. And then if you put your handle in the chat as well, then people will be able to follow each other. And maybe there's like someone who's at the same stage as you can connect. And I want like the sisterhood. That's like everything that's all about. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you everyone so much for being here and joining the call tonight because honestly, I've been looking forward to it so much, but I have to be honest, like this is so new for me. Like setting everything up again, like I don't know how to work Zoom. I was like, I hope this link works. I hope that everything's perfect, but I'm so happy that there's like even a small group of us because I feel like this is like the true vibe of what I wanted this to be in the sense of like sitting down together. I wanted it to feel like we're sitting in my living room and like just chit-chatting and getting to know each other and like helping each other out with our businesses. So as much as this is me sharing like my advice and my experience with you guys, I also want if there's something that comes up that you have advice about, like again, put it in the chat because you could help someone else. And like there's so many different ways of like running your business. And I also love to hear different things. Like I'm also learning things every day as well. So oh, I'm so excited. So, like you know, I'm always trying to give value. So, whether today you go away with a mindset shift or you go away with value in like something you could input in your business, you know, I'm always here to serve you. And if there are questions that come up, either we can touch on them in the end. I really doubt we'd have time because, like I talked about, I talk so much, but we can also do that for the next call as well because I feel like I should just keep these going till like the end of the year because how fun. Okay, perfect. We have some people joining, so that's amazing. Okay, perfect. So Like I said, put your handles in there for anyone who's just joined. Put your handles in the chat for anyone who wants to connect, follow each other on Instagram. And again, there may be like someone in your city that you can go get coffee with and go like chit chat and brainstorm together. So that's the whole purpose of this like girls' night call. Okay, let's just get into questions because people can join whenever they want to. If they're late, totally okay. So, okay, my first question that I received was how to stay confident when your business gets slow. I think right now this is happening to all of us. Like, no matter where you are in the world, the inflation that's happened has been so crazy that I really do feel like it's affecting every single person. So I think right now as well, it's like creating budget-friendly options for people because this morning when I was thinking about this, if you take somebody who works so hard for their dollars and they have a monthly allowance of like how much money they make and how much money they are putting out, it's like if their expenses with the inflation have gone up $400, then to think about they're going to have to budget that $400. And what usually gets budgeted is things that are the non-negotiables. So like I have to pay for my hydro, I have to pay for my Wi-Fi, I have to pay for my rent. But what I don't have to pay for are my lashes or my skincare or my hair. So those things are what gets cut out first, which is why I feel like having like a budget-friendly option is so good. And I know, Lauren, you do this already with charging by the hour. And I've been thinking about this because as of right now, it's like in my business, I'm like, this is like you book a fill and that's it. But for the people that are charging hourly, it's like if you can only afford an hour and you're happy with how the work looks in the hour, then book the hour. And in turn, that will keep your business growing and thriving and keeping people in. For example, I have this one client, I let her do a mini fills for just an hour because she was pregnant. And it's been 2 years since she's had her baby, and she's still only coming in for the hour because A, budgeting, and two, her time. So again, like creating budget-friendly options for people. So if somebody usually would spend $200 and they only can spend $100 with you, at least then you keep them on your books, you keep them coming in, and equally you're getting paid. Another option too, loyalty programs. So if you were to have like a loyalty card that you had after your 7th fill for your 8th fill, have it, I don't know, whatever your business can afford, whether it's $10 off that fill, whether it's $20 off that fill, just to keep people knowing that in the end, I will be rewarded for this. So whether, like I said, it's like 6 fills, 7 fills, whatever makes sense for your business, loyalty programs help people continue coming back in. And then again, like connecting with your community. Right now, this is the time where if you have this free time, use it, whether it's sitting on this call with me tonight or it's connecting with some other professionals in your city. Like I know Shy, you're doing a whole brand shoot with like so many different industry professionals. And again, like if you have that time, use it right now because if all of your biggest goals and dreams come true and you are fully booked and all you have time for are the small circle of people in your life that mean the most, you won't have time to be developing your business or connecting with people. So again, just like changing your mindset in this slow time to say, okay, I have this extra time. What can I do with it? So like I said, connecting with your community. And again, taking model sets, taking a new class. Like if you have a whole day that you're not fully booked anymore, take in like an extra model and try a new service or try a new lash style or even just to be able to get content for your social media page. Again, just like switching your mindset around this and having the ability to have this time and making the most of your time. Again, if anyone has questions, I talk so much. If anyone has questions, please put them in the chat and I will get to them as well. Oh, I love how you guys are brought in here. Amazing. Okay, perfect. So next question is how to have a better connection with your online audience. So if your online audience are potential clients, because that's what I'm assuming with this question, is I would focus on building a personal brand. And I know this is like such a buzzword all over TikTok, all over social media of like your personal brand. And sometimes I feel like the word personal branding almost relates to influencing. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to be an influencer. This is too much for me. I don't want to do it. I think personal branding can just be sharing about yourself. Like it doesn't have to be like, this is what I ate today every single day. It can just be like sharing your personality. So I feel like personal branding is connection. And what do you have to do to connect with people is sharing with people, whether it's like a story or something about yourself. I think that when it comes to connection, it's about storytelling, whether it's like, this is how I got started in the industry, or this is what I used to do before lash extensions. Again, just like sharing more about yourself, it gives people an opportunity to talk with you, to ask questions, to be interested in you. So again, if that's like, what do I have here? So yeah, literally sharing more about you. So whether it's that you love reading, if you have children, if you love traveling. So examples of this, I was thinking of this earlier, was you know how people do like their monthly dumps? I feel like it's like a Gen Z thing to do like monthly dumps of like things that happened in your month. And if you don't know what these are, it's literally someone will post multiple photos on their page of like all of the best things that they enjoyed about October. And I feel like that's such an easy thing to do for personal branding because A, it doesn't have to take up a ton of space on your feed. B, it can just be your personal favorite things. You don't have to feel like you're oversharing with things. You can just literally pick and choose the things that you enjoyed in your week or in your month. So with that being said, again, so like sharing things about yourself, whether it's something I was thinking of doing on my page, was having just like a dump, but about myself entirely. So like what I enjoy, what I do on my free time, how I started in the industry. It just gives people like little tidbits about yourself that people feel more connected to. And that can help you build your clientele as well, because I feel like so many people have social anxiety these days. And if you're showcasing on your social media and wanting to connect with your followers and you post something, the simplest thing of like, I love reading. I read how many books a month? Somebody who is looking for a lash tech or whoever it may be that they're looking for, who also loves reading, can go, oh, I have something in common with her. She seems really cool. She seems really nice. I'm going to book with her. And I know now that I have something in common that I can talk to her about, rather than showing up to an appointment. You have no idea anything about your service provider, and you're kind of like, so what do you do for fun? You know how awkward it is sometimes for like that small talk with people. So I feel like if you already kind of share a few things, it will help you build that connection before someone even walks through your door. And also, it's so funny because I feel like I'm in the beginning stages of everything with my business right now because of reshifting everything. So I laugh thinking like if we do social media audits, I'm like, I'm not poking any fingers at anybody because I have not one post on my social media. But I know as a consumer what it's like, whether again, it's like always putting on that marketing hat to think like, why would I book someone, or why would I pay for a service, or why would I choose her over Sally down the road type thing. And I think being a consumer is like you just have to break down why you do things the way you do things. Okay, next question is, how can I reach a local following other than tagging my city and genuinely engaging with people on social media? So I feel like this kind of piggybacks off the last question, and reaching your local followings. I would focus on networking. I would focus on the people who are local in your city. So whether that is like, let's take us, for example, being lash techs. If you're a lash tech, I would network with people who are estheticians, hairstylists, chiropractors, massage therapists, anybody who is also in the service business, who also understands what it's like to build your clientele, because it's a beast. It's not easy in the slightest. So those people will understand like the struggles you're going through with like just networking with someone, making a good impression on someone, whether it's like building a genuine connection and you using their services. So for example, like my massage therapist, I became a client and then turned into a friend. And now I know like anytime that she needs lashes or brows or anything that I do, she's always coming to me, and she's then always recommending me to her clients. So that again is like the direct correlation of networking with people in your local area to reach those local people, because social media is huge. There are so many people in this world, and TikTok, it's like you can post a video and it only go to people who don't even live in your country. So I think with things like that, it's like literally make it as simple as possible and find the people who are local to you. Again, even lash techs. Like I networked with lash techs when I first started. And whether it was because someone was going on a maternity leave or someone was fully booked already, so that when they're fully booked and they have like nobody to take them in as clients, they want someone. Like I personally, like sometimes if I'm like, I have no one that I can't take you in, I don't have the time, let me recommend you to these three people. They're amazing. It goes for the same thing of like when I'm sick or I've gone on a vacation, being able to like send them to somebody. So again, like it doesn't have to be like, I'm so much a person who is like community over competition. So again, like whether or not it's networking with people who aren't in your industry, it's always networking with people in your industry as well. There are always people who are like shifting out of the industry as well. So if they're leaving the industry and they have a full clientele to give to somebody, it's like you want that best impression on someone for them to say, I would recommend Lizzie. She's so great. Her work's so great. And just to have those connections with people is how you're going to reach like the local people that you're looking for. The other thing I would do is optimizing your bio on your Instagram. And I'm 99% sure that like most people on this call today are using Instagram as like their first point of marketing to like gain those new clients. So with that being said, on your Instagram, it might be hard for me to explain, but I'll do my best. And then if we have time for the audits at the end, I'll be able to physically show you. But so there's something called SEO when it comes to marketing, and it's called search engine optimization. This is like when you type something in on TikTok or you type something in on Google, and it's the first videos that pop up. The first videos that pop up have been SEO optimized, which means that they're using the right keywords and using the same words that you're searching for. So for example, like if I were to type in something that is like so basic, that's like how to do lash extensions on TikTok, the videos that will come up first are the people who probably have the title and the caption of how to do lash extensions. It's like the engine or like the TikTok or Google, whatever you're using, or Instagram, they're taking what you're typing in and trying to match it with the best possible source to bring those things together. So for Instagram, for example, like I said, I'm sure 99% of us are using Instagram. When you go on your page, you have your handle that is like the @LashThisLizzie, and then you'll have your name. So the name is what's bolded. And if you don't have your location in there, then people won't be able to search you. Again, putting our hat on as the consumer, if I'm looking for lashes in my city, I'm going to type in on Instagram, lash extensions, London, Ontario. And whoever has their name on the Instagram bio optimized for that will bring up those people that have put in their name lash extensions London, Ontario. So you need to make sure that that is a must. Like if that's the one thing that you do on your Instagram or the one thing you implement today, that has to be it. Because if it is just like lash extensions or like wispy lashes or skincare or photography, whatever it may be, if somebody is searching specifically, like you said, to find those local people, they'll be typing in the area or the area code or the city, whatever it is. So you need to make sure that that is in your name. So that's the bolded part on the bio. The other parts underneath your bio, if you want to list your location again, go ahead. But if there's anywhere I recommend you putting your location to find these local clients, then definitely have it in the bolded title, the bolded name, instead of having it in like your 4 lines that you get underneath. Okay, checking. Okay, good. Everyone's good and happy. Okay, perfect. So next question here is how to promote your business to gain clients. So this is a huge question for sure, but I'm going to like break it down into hopefully the easiest terms possible today. So gaining clients is all about marketing. So again, it's like literally putting your hat on to be like, why was I drawn to this ad today? Even like to put like a big scale in front of us is like this, like Skims. So if you think about like Kim Kardashian's brand Skims, and you think about like the ads that come onto your, like when you're scrolling through your stories or scrolling through your feed, it's like, why am I drawn to this? Why do I want to purchase this? Is it the image? Is it the imagery? Is it the words that's on there? Is it the link? Is it a video? Like, just to break down how your brain works the way it works. So, like I said, that's marketing. So you need to figure out how you need to market to gain those clients. And before you even think about like a marketing strategy, the first thing you need to do is to be able to figure out like who you want as your clients, because there are so many different like groups or categories of clientele. You may have someone who are like the new moms. You may have like the mature clients. You may have like the university girls. They're all so different and they all react very differently to different marketing, which is why it's so much better if you have like, if you listen to the podcast, you know, I talk about like soulmate clients. So if you know, like, I want clients that are in university, I want them to be local to me, I want them to like pop culture, I want them to like beauty products and skincare. Again, just to be able to attract those people, because you could be making content around all of that soulmate client's interests. And when you put out the content, that person is going to see your content and go, oh, it was like it was made for me. Like, I need to be this client for this person because it's like I'm meant to be a client for this person. So again, you need to figure out who you want to attract first. And I have examples that I'm going to break down for you. So for example, like I talked about, the mature clients. So for example, today I have like a local Facebook group that's my neighborhood. So someone in my neighborhood today commented and put, does anyone know or recommend of anyone who does lash extensions? And I was like, oh my goodness, like I could post and say myself. And then I realized, I looked on her profile and I was like, you know what? Like, she's not my soulmate client. So I'm not going to reach out because I think there's someone better suited for her. So for example, mature clients, like she was probably in her 60s. And I'm like, will I really have that much in common with her? Like, if she wants to be my client, absolutely, I will find something in common with that lady. But if she doesn't want to book with me because she finds somebody else who is more in her age range, has more similar interests, like I can't be upset if she goes somewhere else. And again, like I don't understand Facebook. I don't want to market on Facebook. So again, if she finds someone who is like in her world of being on being on Facebook, doing the things that she wants to do, having the same interests. Like if she wants to talk to me about knitting, I probably am not that girl. I won't be able to relate to you on that certain level. Another example are like gym girls who go to the gym. I was leaving the gym the other day and they have like a full like board of flyers and promotions and things like that. And actually, when I first started my business, not that I've ever been a gym girl, I've always wanted to be, but it's not my journey, I don't think. When I used to go to the gym, I would take business cards with me and I would leave them in the changing rooms. I probably wasn't allowed to do this, I have no idea, but I would leave them in the changing rooms hoping that someone would pick them up and be like, oh, I'm looking for a new lash tech, and would find me on social media and would feel a connection in some sort of way to be like, I'd love to book with her. So again, university girls, they're probably at the bar, they're doing different things. Again, like I have a few clients who are more on like the Gen Z vibe. And sometimes it's like, have you seen that new the TikTok sound or trend or whatever? And it's like, in the club, we all fam. It's like having to talk in a whole different language with those Gen Z clients. And I find I'm more of like the millennial girl. Like most of my clients are between the ages of like 23 and 35. My oldest client, you'll laugh, 91 years old. I've done her eyebrows multiple times. It's one of my clients' grandma. So sometimes I'll do like house calls and I'll go and see her and do her eyebrows. But again, it's like I have that like desired thing of who I want to attract to my business. And the best tip I can give you as well is when you are attracting people who are so similar to you have so much in common. You're able to build these connections with them, build like these relatable things together. And then when they come in, you have so much to talk about, so much things to share, whether again, it's like being a mom or being a gym girl, you have these things to talk about. They feel connected to you, they become loyal to you, and they never want to leave you. So again, like that's like a longevity thing if you want to build that type of clientele. But thinking about these three different categories of people, it's like, how do I get in front of these people? So like I said, for your mature clients, you're probably going to have to be on Facebook. My mom has only just got Instagram. She doesn't know how to use it. She tries her best, but she's majorly on Facebook. So most likely with Facebook, it's like getting into the groups. Like I said earlier, it's like the local groups of like my neighborhood of people looking for things like that. So like joining mom groups or just like neighborhood groups on Facebook, you'll be able to find those different types of clients. Your gym girls, like I said, those are going to be like the people who are like seeing things in the gym, or other girls who have their lash extensions done that they're like, oh my God, your lashes look so great. Who did them? And then again, same thing with university girls, they're in the bars. So it's like maybe doing the bartender's lashes because they're always there. They'll chit chat. Your lashes look amazing. Who did them? So I like obviously social media is huge. Like I feel like most of what I just listed is social media, but knowing how to use each platform will be detrimental on what you need to use. Like I said, I don't really know how to work Facebook. Personally, I wouldn't worry about TikTok. I feel like TikTok, like I said, is like you can post a video and it can go out to the other side of the world of not local girls in our city who are trying to become clients. So TikTok, I feel like is just for fun. Like it's like if you want to create fun videos, absolutely, but I wouldn't rely on TikTok to gain you those clients. Instagram, like I said, I would optimize your bio. So like I said, making sure that you are searchable in your name on your bio. I would have a beautiful and consistent feed. Consistent, I would say it depends on how much you want to grow. I think if you are just trying to like bring in a few new clients, honestly, 2 to 3 times a week to post just to show that you're social and that you are still working. I laugh because when I became fully booked, I stopped posting. I was like, that's it. I've done what I needed to do here and I don't need to post anymore. And I think when it comes to that, when potentially you have room for like 2 new clients and those 2 new clients go onto your page and they're like, this girl hasn't posted since 2022. Like, is she still a lash tech? Is she still working? Like, what's she doing? So I think just sometimes to have like 2 posts that you're making every single week, just to show that you're active and you still do this for work. I think if you're wanting to like really grow your account, I would say 4 to 5 times a week. And like showing up online on your stories as well will help out so much. Like those things go hand in hand. And again, just being social. So like I see so many times, and I see it mostly with hairstylists, but a lot of times people will say, do not DM me. I don't respond to DMs. And I find that is really hard because the convenience of the everyday world is like, I have a million things on my brain. And if I am like, oh my God, yeah, I want to book an appointment with someone to do my nails, it's like you find someone online. And if it's like you have to send an email, that just adds so much work to my day of like copy and pasting their email, going into my like Gmail account, having to paste that, then writing a whole email instead of being able to just quickly shoot them a message saying, hey, like, do you have any availability for Saturday? Or are you taking new clients? And again, when you are social and you are responding to DMs, responding to comments, it looks like you are active and that you do this still and this is your job. And also you being social and being active on your account, the algorithm with social media and Instagram specifically will reward you because they want you to be social. Social media, duh, like you should be social. So with you always using those things, especially messaging people and responding to comments, Instagram will go, oh, they're really relevant and they always have connections to people and they're always messaging people. Let's boost their posts before somebody else who only posts once a week, who never likes any other photos, who doesn't ever respond to their DMs. They're going to prioritize the other accounts over that account. Okay, so another way of gaining clientele Influencer marketing is huge. I feel like that is like the biggest thing in marketing right now. And that's all the stuff you're seeing on TikTok. So whether that is, I do have like a full podcast on it, but I think it was from last year or the year before, and I could do an updated one. Um, I the influencers that you want to work with, like I wouldn't worry about thinking of like the only things that come to my mind are like the Kardashians. Like, don't worry about getting the Kylie Jenner of the world or the Kim Kardashian of the world. Influencers are simply just people who have influence over people. The fact that you're all service providers today and you have connections with your clients, you're all influencers. You all have some sort of trust that you've built with your clients that they want to trust what you have to say. So if you're like, this skincare product's amazing, I tell that to my clients and they go, say less, where do I buy it? Or I'm like, oh my goodness, I have this new recipe of like this breakfast thing that I've been doing and it's so good. I've been eating it every single morning. And they're like, send me the recipe. That's influencing still. It's not me posting on my stories every day of this is my recipe of what I've been eating every single morning. Influencing can be that in-person one-on-one connection with somebody. So you have to also remember though, when it comes to influencers. So I'll give you a few top tips if you're looking for an actual influencer who posts online and has a following. So like I said, they don't have to have 100,000 followers or even 10,000 followers. Honestly, even having like a few hundred, like if you see them posting consistently and people are responding to their stories and people are bringing up like, oh my goodness, did you see so-and-so's post the other day? Like how gorgeous did she look? Those are the people that people are watching. So again, if they have the connection with their audience, that's your bread and butter. That is your golden ticket to finding the perfect influencer. I had a situation when I first started my business. I actually used to work with this girl and now we've become friends. And she has always been like a influencer, but she doesn't post reels. She doesn't post like, come on a day of my life, or these are my favorite recipes, or this is my workout routine. She's not that type of influencer. She was literally just, I post pretty photos and people love my content and people follow me. So people followed her and trusted, like she had cute outfits. She was really good at makeup. She was really good at hair. And without having to like post the reels, she still had the following. So she would post me on her stories of like, Lashville day is always the best day. And I would always get like 10 to 20 new followers every single time. So those influencers will bring in potential clients to you, but it's your job to have the Instagram that they follow that they get warmed up by. So it's like, oh, she's active. She actually takes clients. She's accepting new clients right now. She's running a sale. Like it's your job after the influencer brings them to you for you to convert them into a client. But like I said, influencers can be micro. So they could be, like I said, your hairstylist. They could be your skin girl. They could be your massage therapist. Like anybody who has those relationships with people that people trust them are influencers. And my last point on influencers is I remember when I was like I was mentoring somebody and they were like, I'm trying to do influencer marketing, but it's just not working for me. Like I don't understand why. And like, can you give me some pointers? So they showed me who they gave free lashes to for like an influencer deal. And the girl that they picked is like this gorgeous girl who's got some really nice titties and all of her followers were men. She had like 40,000 followers, and you think, wow, yes, I'm going to get so many clients from her. But when all of the followers are men, it's like, unless they have girlfriends that they are sending someone to, you're not going to gain any new clients from them. So the influencers you need to work with are the people who have the girls who you want as your clients.
What are your best 3 ways to give a client an experience during their service? Okay, I'm going to do this one at the end. Let me get into my other questions and then I'll touch that at the end. Okay, so last one is print marketing is not dead. Brochures, flyers, business cards, always so great, whether it's you're giving it to somebody after their service, whether it's you are connecting with, like I talked about, massage therapist, hairstylist, whatever it may be. Most of the time when you go to these places,
a lot of the time they have like a little display at the front, and they'll have like other people that they recommend. Like when I go to my nail salon, she's got like an interior designer business card, she's got a skincare card, she's got all these people that she recommends. So in those things, again, it's like girls that are getting their nails done can find their lash girl through print marketing. So again, have business cards still. I know sometimes it seems like business cards are dead, but they're not. Brochures, like I said, being in the gym, post a brochure on like the bulletin board, like the promotions. So never underestimate your print marketing. Okay, another question. Should I invest in refresher courses? I think that if you need the help, why not? Honestly, if you don't need the help, don't spend the money. I have a bad addiction on buying courses. It's not something I'm proud of, but I really enjoy learning. That's like something like I never got to go to university. I was accepted, but I didn't have the funds to go to university. So learning, I love learning, whether it's like audiobooks or free things online or buying books or buying courses. Like I just love to learn. And I think that everybody has a unique different thing of what they want to learn. Today I recorded podcast episode for Monday, and this literally is what I talked about of like when to ask for help and how to ask for help. But I think that refresher courses are great because they should be a lot cheaper. We know beginner courses are so expensive. Like sometimes, like when I first started my business, I think I paid like $4,000 in courses that I learned 50% of my job at. Like I had to go out after and source so many answers to so many questions I had because it just was not covered in my courses, which is what made me passionate to teach people how to do lash extensions, because I was not taught half the things that I teach in my courses. And again, like even being here with you guys today and sharing on the podcast every single week, it's like if I can share one thing that helps you out with one thing, like it's priceless, honestly. Like it doesn't cost me anything to, even if it's a piece of advice, I'm always here to be that person. I recently just bought a lash lift course and I budgeted a little bit of money aside. And I think the lash lift course was around $500, which may sound expensive to some people, but when you break it down in like your ROI, which is your return on your investment, which means however much money you're paying for something, you should receive at least double back. If I spent $500 on something and it helps me become an amazing lash lift person, because I struggle with lash lifts. It's like something that I'm like trying to master, but it's so different than lash extensions that I'm just like struggling with a few things, hence why I invested money into it. So I thought $500, okay, most people charge $90 to $100 for a lash lift. So if I can take the course, actually like implement these things that I'm learning in this course, then in return, 5 clients and I've got it paid off, easy peasy. And then after that, I feel confident, I feel great. I'm making money doing lash lifts from just one course that I bought. So again, if you feel like you need the help, absolutely. And again, if there's like specific things that any of you are trying to learn and you don't know like who to go to, or you need to be pointed in some direction, like I'm so happy to share. Like the girl that I just bought the lash lift course from, actually, I lie. I bought 2. The first one I bought was someone from Toronto, and then the second lash lift course I bought was somebody from Australia. So crazy. Like you can learn from anyone in this world, like anywhere in the world. It's crazy. So I love how people are creating like the micro mini refresher courses now, because the other person who I bought from in Toronto, she has like micro courses that are like $99. And I was like, take my money, like $99. I could get one lash lift and pay that off immediately. And that one thing could help me build my confidence and gain more clientele. So I definitely recommend it. But if you don't need it, don't spend your money. Common daily practices that have helped propel your business, especially with not being a social media girl. I do not have time to be an influencer. So I think that we feel probably all the same way. Like there's so many of us that I'm like, I would love to be an influencer. Please send me free things. Like I love tanning. I love clothes. Send me free things, please. But like, I don't have the capacity to be posting consistently online and being an influencer. So like I talked about earlier, like you are basically an influencer in the sense of like your clients are trusting you. But I think with the daily practices that helped me build my business, referral programs were huge for me. Referral programs give incentive for people to talk about you in a good way, but they give people the like time to be able to say, oh my goodness, like I talked about the bartender. If you have university girls who are your clientele and you do free lashes for your influencer who's the bartender in the best club in town, then have the referral program that she says, or you have some little university girl that says, oh my goodness, who does your lash extensions? And the bartender says, Lash Sis Lizzie, here's a referral card. Take that with you to your appointment and you'll get like $20 off your fill or your full set. For this to work, you have to incentivize both people. So like I said, she gets $20 off a full set and I maybe would give $5 or $10 off a fill for her, because if there's no incentive for the person to talk good about you, there are a group of clients who want to gatekeep you. So you have to give them an incentive to want to talk about you, to want to promote you, to want to refer you out. Another way that I built my clientele was networking, like I talked about, meeting people in your industry, meeting people who aren't in your industry. When I first started, I did a giveaway with like 4 of the best people in the city. It was like a spray tan girl, a nurse injector. I can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, but they were like the best of the best in my city. So the fact that they posted my giveaway, it made, as a client watching their story, it made it seem like they trusted me, which gave them authority. It gave me authority to say, wow, like maybe I should book with her because they recommend her. So again, like that just gets your business in front of a whole different set of eyes. And again, having those people who also understand the struggle of building your clientele so that they want to talk about you and they want to send people your way. And then the last, like I said, social media, obviously, keep it easy. Honestly, if you don't like social media, you don't want to be an influencer, don't feel like you have to be posting 6 times a week and showing up in my stories and creating reels and creating this and going live and like all of that, because it is exhausting. I know, which is why I have no posts on my account. But I think you have to find a way that feels good for you, and you have to find a way that feels easy for you. Luckily, right now, the algorithm of Instagram is actually prioritizing carousels as well as reels. And carousels are when people are posting multiple photos so that you have to scroll through the post. If the fact that they are prioritizing that, it's so easy because you get to sit behind your phone or your laptop, create a little post, post it on your feed, and you don't have to like look nice, get on camera, learn the song or like the lip syncing to a funny trend. Like that's such an easy way to post online. So even if it's like creating a 9-grid feed, like content calendar. So like when you look at a feed, it's like 3, 3, and 3. If you created like examples for those 9 posts that you could create, off the top of my head quickly for somebody easy to do this is like post 1, a photo of your space, 2, a photo of you, 3, a picture of your work, 4, a review, 5, maybe a reel, 6, a frequently asked question. How do I book? What if I become allergic? Like just like things that people ask you that people can gain value from seeing that on your feed. And then 7, like maybe a client selfie. Like that's 7 easy ideas for content that you can rotate over and over and over again, of doing those 9 same things over and over again. Like literally make it easy as possible for yourself. Okay, should the industry do more to standardize certification requirements globally? Is there actually enough regulation to prevent underqualified lash technicians from practicing? This is a tough one, and I do agree with you, but I do think on the flip side, it's like, how do we actually regulate that? Like I have no idea how they would do that, whether or not like somebody comes up with ideas later on in life, but I just feel like, I don't know, it would be so hard to regulate. What I do agree with is that I think that beginner lash trainings should be more than 1 day. And I used to do 1 day back when I first started training. And then I realized like it's just not enough. 2 days, I think, is minimum. But it would be really cool to see like a 4-day class, or even just like a monthly thing where it's like you come in for your first day, you do one thing, second day is one thing, and then like come back a week later, let's do it all over again, and like build on your skill set that way. Because I do think sometimes with these underqualified technicians, like you said, it's like it can give our industry as a whole like a bad look, but at the same time it can be really beneficial for your business, because if you are really amazing at what you do and you stand out from these bad techs who don't know how to do their job properly, then that again, like that's an easy win for clients to come to you. Okay, next question is, are pre-made fans reducing the skill set necessary for professional lash artists? Okay, so yes and no. I think that every artist should learn how to make fans because my stress, okay, so like I started off like I had to learn how to make fans, and I personally, I'm an anxious person, okay? Like, and I just have this anxiety of like, what if I switch over to pre-made fans entirely and then one day I run out and I have to make fans? Like, what if I didn't know how to do that? So I think that it's so key to actually know that skill set, whether or not you actually want to switch over to pre-made fans. I do think it's important to like know that, because I do love the idea of pre-made fans. Like, they save you time, they can make you more money because you can get people in and out faster. But I have been trying to switch over and I've been using them on a few of my clients, like testing them out. And I find that whenever my clients come back for their fills, I can physically, like visibly tell the difference between the pre-made fans and my handmade fans, which is why I haven't fully switched over yet, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like mine look better. But I don't know, maybe it's just like a quality issue that I haven't found the greatest pre-made fans yet. So if you have any, please send them my way, because my wrists hurt a lot. Like sometimes I think they're going to snap off my body. Okay, are premium lash salons benefiting more from social media trends than independent artists? And I don't know if anyone's on here that asked that question. Okay, so I'm going to go off what I think this question's about. And I'm assuming it's about like trending audios and trending reels and things like that. Like, there's so many different little trending things that come up on like the day-to-day on Instagram and TikTok. Like right now there's that one where they're running. It's like two people running against each other and it's like, this person's accused of, and it's like they're like silently like roasting each other a little bit. And there's like so many things that come up, right? Like so many funny trends that come up. And the premium lash salons I'd assume you were referring to are maybe like Lana Lashes. And I love Lana Lashes. Like, I think her content is actually so funny. And yes, like you said, like, are they benefiting more from it? Where'd the question go? Are they benefiting more from it? Probably, because I get jealous because I want to make these funny reels. But I know for other people, that's like your personal version of hell, is having to make those reels. And Lauren, I know you make those reels. Like, I love your reels that you do that. And again, like my lash tech at Wild Aesthetics, her and her employee Janet, they make the funniest videos. And like, that's why I go on social media, is to laugh and enjoy content. Like, yes, I go on to also learn a lot of things, but I love going on and like laughing at content. Like the last 24 hours of everybody's Halloween costumes, my favorite time of year. Like, to look at everyone's costumes, everyone is so creative. I could never, but like, yes, I think that the people who have these premium salons, who have like the aesthetic salons with the perfect corners and the perfect little content creation, most of these people also have social media managers that they're probably paying them $5,000 a month to give them these ideas of like what videos to create, and that person's like recording them as they're running around the salon. Like, absolutely. But I think that if you are able to benefit from that type of content and you would want to post that type of content and film that type of content, then like, why not? Because like, it's funny. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, honestly. Like, it's not going to be the only reason of why you can't gain clients and why you can't grow your social media. I think that, again, like, these funny trending reels are here to like build the content that's humorous, to build like the relatable nature of the fact that you see these videos and I get like, ha, I also have felt like that before, or like, oh my goodness, that's me and my clients. Again, it just like makes people feel that connection to you and makes them realize that they are also so similar to you. So again, like, I do think there's a beautiful thing around content right now of the fact that you don't have to be doing what everyone else is doing. You don't have to be posting in your Instagrammable corner, and you don't have to be posting these trending reels. Like, yes, does it boost those certain accounts because they are on those topics of trending things? Yes. But I think at the end of the day, like I have literally my last point here is discussion about going viral. The last thing that you want to do is posting videos that you don't want to post. And if you are trying to do these like trending videos and you don't want to post them, when you're filming them and when you post them, the people who follow your account can tell. They can see in your energy, they can see in the way that you present yourself to camera, they can see the way that you don't want to be doing those reels. Like I have zero rhythm when it comes to dancing. Like I'm actually the worst dancer. It's embarrassing, but like don't ask me to make a dancing video because I will never make a dancing video. And that's okay. Like that doesn't mean that my business isn't going to be successful because I don't want to dance on video for people. That's fine. Like my version of dancing is like jumping up and down and screaming like a little girl. That's fine. But I think right now, like that's the perfect thing about content is like finding the things that you want to do, finding the things that you feel good about posting, whether it's like, come and service a client with me today, or come on a day-to-day of my life of being a lash tech today, or whatever it may be. Of even, like I said, frequently asked questions is the easiest piece of content you can put on your feed because people are wanting to ask those questions. So if you have it already, you're actually saving yourself time from people asking those questions. And that is the point too of like becoming viral. And I think that all of us have it in our head of like, I'm going to post this piece of content because I need to go viral and if it has to get more than 200 views. But at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is convert somebody, a follower, into a client. And you don't need to be viral to do that. To go viral and get 2 million like views on that video, can your business service 2 million people? Probably not. If you're in the lash world or the nail world, then it's literally like, how many clients do you need to become fully booked? Like 40, 60, 80. Every business is different. So that's all, those are all the followers you need. And that's all the people you need to see your content. Like you don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of people to view your pieces of content for you to become fully booked. You literally just need like a few people to like connect with, to relate to, that say, she seems so nice and her work is so amazing and her prices are great. I'm going to book with her. And sometimes that's literally all it takes. So that's it. My ramble is done. I think I was like checking the time. I feel like I sped up at the end because I was like, oh my God, I think I set my Zoom call for an hour. And like I said, I don't know how to work Zoom. So I don't know if it's going to cut me off at the end after an hour. There is one more question that I'm going to try and answer right now. And then I think next week, do we want to do like social media audits and we'll just like go through together and kind of just like look at certain pieces of like accounts to see like what you could switch a little bit differently and what you could change to like get in front of some more people. Okay, what are the best 3 ways to give a client an experience during their service? Okay, Zena, absolutely. We're going to do that next week then. What are the 3 top ways to give a client experience during their service? I'm assuming that means like what to do for a client to have the best service possible. 3 things. Communication and connecting with someone. Personally, I think that's like the best thing. Like a compliment, eye contact, like used to handshake, don't handshake anymore because COVID, whatever. But like if you're a hugger, like, can I get a hug? Like I literally have some clients, I can meet them for the first time after they're full set and we've chatted and we've connected and they're leaving and they're like, can I give you a hug? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a hug. Like, absolutely. So we think number 1 is connecting with somebody, making them feel special, making them feel seen. Some people don't have girlfriends. Some people don't have family members that they can vent about their life or ask for recommendations for things or talk about their day with. So sometimes like, I know that we just think we're just lash techs, but at the end of the day, like we could be so much more than that for one person. The second thing I would do is quality service. So again, like going through things thoroughly. I like to say like, I like to spend a little bit more money on products to make sure they are the best quality for you, to make sure you have the best lashes. Because if not, then I don't want you to go home, your eyes are burning, your eyes, they look plasticky, they don't look good. I want them to look the best, and to look the best, you generally have to spend a bit more money. So I'll communicate that with clients. I'll also do like a thorough consultation, because doing these things and letting those clients know that makes them feel like they're in good hands. They relax better at their appointment, their eyes don't flutter as much. And then also like your space, the way it smells, the way it looks, the cleanliness. I don't know if any of you follow Revelation or Revelation. They posted like the horror Halloween thing. And I find that that is hilarious because literally you go in, there's like hair on the floor, you're like, oh, that's so scary. So again, like your space. And then thirdly, you need to make sure your work lasts. Like it's like the after impression of your service of like making sure your retention's amazing. I like to check in with new clients a couple days after. How's your lashes? How are you liking them? How's the retention? A lot of people are like going on a vacation or getting married, and it's like, I hope you have the most amazing day or have the most amazing vacation. And again, it just shows that you've taken those few seconds out of your day to be like, I care about you and I've been thinking about you and I appreciate you spending money in my business to make sure I can continue to do this. I have a small like remember small details about people. Exactly. Yes. So when you're connecting with people and you're having these conversations, you're making them feel special. So like, for example, like Jill talked about. So it's like you remember what their husbands do for work or what their kids' names are or what they did on their vacation or where they went on their vacation. So if you nail all of those three things I talked about, when they come back in for their second appointment or whatever it may be, and it's like, how are your kids doing? Like, what did you told me that last time, like your daughter went as a witch for Halloween. Like, how was Halloween? Just those small things that people go, oh my goodness, like the fact that you remember that. I have brow clients who I see like sometimes 4 weeks. Sometimes I have girls that come every 3 months and I'll remember certain things and they go, how do you remember that? And I'm like, because I listened to you. You told me things about yourself and I listened to you. Like I want to hold space for you while you're here with me because you're important to me. Because again, sometimes it's like you go home and your partner, your husband, or your parents, you tell them a story and they go, uh-huh, yeah, sure. And they're not actually listening to you. So to feel seen in your appointments, you go home, you spend your money and you go, money worth, like money well spent. I'm so happy that I spent that money. I have a client who has 4 children. I had to create like jingles in my head to remember the ages of her kids and the names of her kids because they were so important to her. Like being a mom is her like greatest accomplishment in life and she loves to talk about her kids, and the fact that she loves to talk about her kids, I love to listen about it. So she'll like tell me stories and like I hear about like their hockey accomplishments and how her daughter's growing up and saying her first words and things like that. And I literally was like had to create a jingle to realize like who's who because they're so close in age of like who's who, what age they're at, because again, like you remember those things and you say their daughter's name and you say those things instead of like, oh, how's your dog? Like if you say, oh my goodness, how's whatever, they're like, oh, that's so special. You remembered their name. So again, connections over everything. And I think in today's world of social media, of feeling so disconnected sometimes because everything is online, this is like the best thing you can do to make those connections because we're still human beings at the end of the day. And we love connections. We love making friends and meeting new people. And yeah, that's it. Oh, so exciting. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. I literally love you all so much. I was so nervous today, and I'm so happy we were able to do this. And the questions that came in were so good because I know for the podcast, it's like generally I'll have one topic to talk about and I'll talk about it for 20 minutes. But these questions sometimes are like something easy to be able to just talk about quickly, and it just needs like 5 minutes of attention or 10 minutes of attention. So I really enjoyed tonight. I know it was so nice. Okay, one more question here. Side note, something I'm really taking away from this call is very peaceful, regardless of the service when it comes to your presence online. Focus on having a page to convert to people who follow it. 100%. Literally, like I'm not looking for like these weird metrics. I just want to like build connections. And I feel like this is like literally looking at the number of us, we could be sitting in my living room tonight. I literally wore my PJs because I thought like this is girls' night. This is what we've been talking about. We could be sitting together and like making these connections and like getting to know each other. I wish we all could do that. Whoever's in my city, maybe we should start. But yeah, like literally, it's like one of those things where it's like, do what feels good for you. You do not have to be anybody else. You don't have to be doing what everyone else is doing. It's like whatever feels good for you. I think sometimes, again, it's like social media, we see these things and we think like, look at this picture perfect person who looks amazing all the time. Yeah, literally, girls' night. Look at this picture perfect person who looks amazing all the time. And it's like, that's not real life though. That's like the highlight reel of someone, right? So again, it's like, although you'll have those amazing connections with people, with your clients that are like, oh, I just got a promotion and I just got this, and my husband's taking me on a vacation, my kids just got a scholarship, and all these amazing things you can celebrate. The connections also come from like the sad things of like, I just lost my job and I feel like shit. And it's like, okay, you know what? We're going to do your lashes and you deserve to feel amazing. And we're sending positive vibes your way because things are going to change for you. Or like, I've had clients who have like lost their mom or lost loved ones. And again, it's like, because we've made those good connections, they feel comfortable enough to bring those to me. And I know sometimes it's hard on us as the service providers to like take that on as well. But again, like I mentioned, it's like some people don't have people to talk to about those things, or like it's like we're like the unbiased opinions, or like those memes you see online that it's like, I told my lash tech about you. Like, I can't get back together with you because I told my lash tech. And it's like, that's it. I see her more than I see my friends. I'll have some of my clients be like, can we hang out? And I'm like, I see you more than I see my family, and I see you more than I see my best friends. Like, I see you too frequently. I love it, but that's it. I've got to cap it at that. But yeah, so no, honestly, thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, so let's do the same thing then. So next week we'll do social media audits. And then the week after, we'll go back to like question and answers. Because again, like things are going to come up in your business of like something that comes up. Maybe it's like a difficult client you don't know how to handle. So I think if we do that, and then the recording will be sent to everybody as well. I hope it's been recording. It is recording. Perfect. And then, yeah, that's it. Does anyone else have any other questions? I'm putting my camera. 100, cracking the wine next time, girls. Cheers. I'm usually a red wine girl, but I had rosé. That was the only thing I had. So had to do it. Okay, if anybody has any other questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. If not, then I'm so excited to do this all the time. Okay, enjoy your night, enjoy your weekends.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Love you all. Bye.